Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of KFFB's Open Mic program. And Dennis Cavanaugh is still with us after 4 days. This is our fourth day. Severe Weather Awareness Week. And man, we have talked about a lot of stuff. Flooding, lightning, tornadoes. Now it's time to talk about severe thunderstorms.
So severe thunderstorms, thunderstorms come in all different shapes and sizes, of course, and different intensities. We've had to basically create a threshold for when we're going to consider a thunderstorm severe. And that basically means, can the thunderstorm hurt you or can it damage your property? When we issue a severe thunderstorm warning, it's for a thunderstorm that's capable of producing 1 inch or larger diameter hail or 60 mile per hour or greater winds. That's basically hail that's large enough to, dent your car, hurt you, bruise you. Winds that are strong enough to knock down trees, power lines, fences, and, even do some light damage to your house. So that's what we mean when we issue a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a very strong thunderstorm.
Now, when you look at a thunderstorm, though, this can be something you can predict for days ahead as well, as we can tornadoes as well. This is something a little different. Flash flooding, sometimes not so much. You don't know, because it is weird. The weather it changes tomorrow.
Yes.
And when you look at a severe thunderstorm, though, 60 mile an hour wind gust, it can go higher than that quite a bit.
Oh,
correct?
Yeah. Quite a bit. In Arkansas, just since I've been here, I want to say in Fulton County, saw some damage. It blew an airport apart in Fulton County, and we estimated the straight line winds to be 110 miles an hour. So that's getting up there to be a strong EF1 tornado, right up there with a stronger tornado that we might see in Arkansas. So yeah, those winds can be well above Hurricane 4. So it's not just 60 mile per hour winds every time. They can do quite a bit of damage, and usually over a much more widespread area than when a tornado hits.
True, and they can also spawn tornadoes.
Usually those storms that produce tornadoes, in addition to the straight line winds, the tornadoes usually aren't stronger than the straight line winds, so it's harder to pick out where the tornado was. But, at the end of the day, it's just that storm that does damage to your stuff. So whether it's straight line winds or tornadoes, it's winds that are strong enough to do damage, and you've got to take shelter and make sure you and your family are safe.
And then you look at the size of hail. You've got all different sizes, and I like the way they describe that. So what's some of the that you've seen in Arkansas?
We very commonly get small hail. Most thunderstorms are going to produce pea-sized to penny-sized hail. That's very common. Doesn't usually hurt anybody. Once we get 1 inch diameter hail, it's the same diameter as a quarter. Again, that's when you start to feel it. It won't kill you or hurt you real bad, but you'll certainly feel the hail. And it can dent your car and put some, damage your shingles and things like that. Golf ball size hail is when it will start to bruise you, when it'll, start to hurt people. It does extensive damage to cars and your roof. Baseball size hail becomes less frequent, but we've seen it several times in Arkansas. That's when it can go right through your windshield or crater your windshield as the hail's falling, as well as doing significant damage to your roof. And that's about the size when hail is strong enough to break bones and potentially kill you if it hits you on the neck or the back of the head. The largest hail we've ever had in Arkansas was actually in Searcy, and it was 5 inch diameter hail. And that's extraordinarily rare, but hail that big, it won't just damage your roof. It'll go right through the shingles and the decking of your roof. It'll just pummel straight in. Now, again, hail that large is extraordinarily rare, but when it happens, you've got to really be in a safe place.
Well, that's something when we do these issues of these warnings. White County, of course, Searcy in our listening area.
Sure.
That's scary. I can't imagine seeing that big of a hail.
Oh,
but also in Fulton County, which that's up in the Salem area.
Yes.
That's where the wind comes. But we see a lot of storms go through.
Western and northern parts of the state get more of those frequent bursts of strong storms that come out of the plains.
Well, it's something to keep your radio on, as we say.
Absolutely.
Keep you in. And there seems like some of those go all night. I know we've had some that goes to early morning hours, and the Monday started around 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, or it's usually holidays, Easter. I remember one Easter, some of the sunrise services were canceled because of it. So, all right. So we got severe thunderstorms tomorrow, our last day, watches and warnings. We'll be talking about it here with Severe Weather Awareness Week on KFFB. You can find it on YouTube and online at KFFB.com.